I'm Davey. I'm awesome. And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos and I respond every week. And in between responding to your comments. My brother lost his phone and couldn't find it because it was on silent. But hey, if you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it.
That's funny.
So this Comment Corner, I'm going to have to do things a little bit differently because there are well over 50 comments this week. And not by that many people. One person decided to go too far this week, so because of this, I cannot address that many comments on one Comment Corner. So each video, I'm only doing 5 comments. On all these videos, more than one person commented, so I'm going to try and get everybody on there. I'll do my best. So kicking off with last week's Comment Corner, the Jerry Lawler Corner. Robert Kindler commented, I've never seen 1 second of Young Sheldon. Me neither. Then Robert Kindler commented, I've never seen 1 second of Kickboxer. Well, you should. Then Robert Kindler commented, rest in peace, Jerry Jarrett. Yes, the day I uploaded this, we found out the passing of legendary promoter Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett's dad. Rest in peace. Then Robert Kindler commented, I'm so tired. Then go to bed. Then Jay McCool commented, are you saying you don't believe my brick story? You're right, it's crap. I've pretty much figured that. After all these years, my wife still thinks I'm sexy. I know this because every time I walk by under her breath, she goes, what an ass. Then on my Davy's Awesome Stories, Strange Coworkers Part 2, Robert Kindler commented, John and I did work in the warehouse laundry facility. We did a lot of high-end restaurants that used cloth napkins and tablecloths. One day on the sort line, some guy got fired for eating the leftover food off the line. You know what? I have a story very similar to that. But I'll save that for the next edition of Strange Coworkers. Then Robert Kindler commented, I'm the strange coworker that won't think twice about bringing a Foreman grill or small hibachi grill. That way I can have a fresh cooked meal. It usually ends up in the, congratulations, you have a policy named after you. That's a little weird, dude. It's work. Why do you need a fresh cooked meal at work? I just go into a break room or something and use a microwave. Then Joshua Martinez commented, what's it like? It's disgusting. Women's bathrooms are worse most of the time. I thought women were supposed to be the cleaner, yet they are the nastier. See, that's what I'm talking about. And actually, when I did the video, women's bathrooms are more disgusting, I had several people like, yeah, I clean bathrooms. Women's are usually worse. Why? Then Joshua Martinez commented, you are a smoker? You monster, I'm appalled. How dare you hunt the mariner in Enola? They just wanted to find dry land. How could you? How could you? Dry land is a myth.
We don't care if you get it.
Then Josh Martinez commented, I got fired once. I was stealing people's noses. I worked at a video store in California, and I'd reach out at times and say, got your nose. One day I did it not realizing the man was autistic, and he freaked out, crying and yelling, telling me to give it back, and my manager came out, and I hadn't realized that he was already angry at the movies I was proliferating from. Back room. Long story short, I got canned 3 months later for preaching the gospel of Jim Jones. They really don't like religion in the workplace. About halfway through this comment, I realized he was full of crap. You know what's the opposite of ladyfingers? Mentos. Then on my Davy's Awesome Wrestling, where I reviewed episodes 1 through 10 of the docuseries The Monday Night War, WWE vs. WCW, Joshua Martinez commented, dude, WCW is totally going to win the Monday Night Wars. Stay tuned, Josh. Then Robert Kindler commented, the older chamber match just felt more dangerous. Tonight feels like an old dog with only 2 or 3 teeth. Can still bite, but not as scary. I disagree. Then Robert Kindler commented, what is your favorite chamber match? Mine would be the first New Year's Revolution. My favorite's the one that started it. The one where Shawn Michaels won the title at the end of it. Even though I was very distracted by his ridiculously ugly tights. Then Robert Kindler commented, one thing I don't like about Brock is how much he relies on the F5. Back in my day, it only took leg drop, 1 elbow, 1 diving headbutt. I just don't like Brock Lesnar because he's Brock Lesnar. Then Jay McCool commented, I'm too young to remember WCW, but I've watched documentaries about it. However, I can't help but wonder, how one-sided are they? It depends. If you're watching a WWE documentary, they're pretty one-sided. Then again, there are documentaries that WWE wasn't a part of, and they pretty much tell the same story. There's books that pretty much tell the same story. WCW was a mess. And I get a lot of hate from old WCW fans for saying that, but it's true. It was a mess. By the way, thank you for making me feel old by saying you don't remember WCW. Then again, at this point, it did go under 22 years ago. Hey, Algebra! Stop asking me to find your ex. She's never coming back. Don't ask why. Then on my Davy's Awesome Movies, where I reviewed the awesome, underrated comedy, McHale's Navy. Paul Getto kicked it off with, dude, I love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. To this day, I still imitate Ensign Parker. To the left, to the left, to the left, right, left. Even when getting into bed. And my girl does laugh, but she also groans while rolling her eyes and calling me stupid. She gets so annoyed when I come home from Ampersand's ice cream with an armful of flavors and list them all off like in the movie. I relate to this. Because while watching the review, my wife looked at me and said, "Is that where you frickin' got that?" When Vladikov says to his psychiatrist, "Don't judge me, David. You're hindering my spiritual growth." Because I have been saying that to her since we met. Every time I say or do something a little stupid, I tell her, "Don't judge me, Ashley. You're hindering my spiritual growth." Then Josh Martinez commented, I thought Speed 2 was okay. Some good stuff, but McHale was an Oscar winner by comparison. See, even you won't go as far as to say you liked Speed 2. Then Robert Kindler commented, rest in peace, Richard Belzer. No, he wasn't in the movie, but okay, rest in peace. And then Jay Spud commented, this movie brings up sad memories from my junior ROTC days. They were awful. My class sergeant was quite vicious for a 5'2" woman. She wore her hair in Princess Leia buns and was exceptionally flirtatious with several of the bus drivers, and our peg-leg gym teacher she called Strudel Poodle. She was nice to everyone but myself. She said I rubbed her the wrong way. In the court documents, at least. She accused me of flopery. That's when you expose your hamster's doodle. But it wasn't intentional or anything. It was show and tell, and the critter squirmed. She also tried to accuse me of mopery, but she dismissed the charge, stating that a blind Ewok would laugh at it. I have PTSD, IBS, and TNC. Tendon nipple cramping. All because of the time she drove me into the wilderness, which was actually a haunted rundown Kmart, and left me there. Those were bad times. You know what else is bad times? Reading your comments. Then Jay McCool commented, you want some ice cream? I got you. I got pineapple, orange tin, 13 kinds of chocolate mint, mango tango bango berry, banana bo chunky cherry, funky lumpy monkey berry, loosey goosey scary berry, and just plain berry. You know what? Banana cherry ice cream sounds delicious. Meteorologists have weighed rainbows, and they found they're pretty light. And the final comment this week on an older Davy's Awesome Movies, where I reviewed Love at First Bite. New commenter Will Adams commented, this is my favorite comedy of the 1970s. I love watching it even today because it shows the social life of the late 1970s perfectly. When you have 70s parties, put this on the TV and Rod Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy to get the mood perfect. I do love this comedy, but I don't know about the 70s. I wasn't there. I was born in 82. As far as 70s parties, I'll suggest that to other people, but I don't throw parties. Because when you do that, people show up. You know how long Anakin Skywalker was evil? Since the 6th grade. That's the Comic Corner this week, but I do have an announcement. I'm going to be taking some time off in a little bit. So this week, you guys are going to get your Davy's Awesome Stories, your Davy's Awesome Wrestling, and your movie review. But next week, there will be no Comic Corner or anything. I'm taking a week off. Maybe longer, we'll see. I just need a break. So until then, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment of your own to be in the next Comic Corner that will be in a couple weeks. Love you guys.